Oh, hello. Today I'm going to be making another video. This is going to be a brief plan that more will be posting in the meantime. Since Storytime videos have complicated lives, with Sunday I will be sharing should turn out to resolve in any way. Briefly, the time I used to spend in Morocco at a young age, I was lucky for making a dumb mistake, almost chopping off my index finger at a fan. I left a black dot on my finger when I tried to touch a fan during a gift shop. At the same time, there are a few incidents. I was pushed into a pool by my parents' gym instructor, which I see across the pool. He didn't know I could swim. I couldn't swim. I took only one of my brave siblings to save me and put me in the towel. And what kid you not, the most insane stuff happened. When I was in the club in that place, though, they would paint skull face on me, and when I needed the bathroom, I had to run for it because they would scare me if they would chase me. Thankfully, I made it, and it was only a taunt. Other stuff was from my senior year in high school. I had these teachers that would pull pranks to students like me in the classroom. They were yelling for one student purposefully for pushing him to do tasks. They would pretend to have a keen obsession with me, but in reality, they wanted to creep you out when you cannot go into classes. Mine was a personal reason for being targeted by an egotism in my classroom. Thankfully, I was tricked. I tricked the teacher by saying, "If you stay, then you will be in trouble with me." And with the final cherry on top, crawl back to your peers, which actually worked as a persona started to break. When I was doing English, I had a very old English teacher with a pompadour hair who retired because of her hip problem, which caused her to fall off a chair. However, she had very little control of her composure. When I tried to log out of my Chromebook, she tried to snatch it. That led me to leave out of my chair and tell my parents to push out that blunt argument. By the way, she has a TikTok now. We've been gone from the complex of these problems. My parents were heroes. They would take action from these types of stuff, and they had the best heart to drive your passions. One of the strangest cases is when I hang out to my spot in the field and the headmaster would come and blow his tongue sound behind my right ear. Gave me a push. I kept swinging at him. Long story short, I held back after 3 times swinging my leg. After he dodged them, he would make these silly threats to other students. After much own discussion revealed a dark past. To close the video, I can open it with 2 main things. The first one was in Turkey. A blonde woman came from the elevator, smiling. I think it was Turkey, but I was young back then, and I felt a touch in my lower side, and she went away. I was so sure of it that I told my parents. Strange, huh? And the last thing was for my upcoming plan someday, discussing my art passion, and my first story, actual fanfiction, Kingdom of Hostility, I worked on during high school. More of it Sunday in the future. Hope you'll enjoy this personal tale, and peace out.